So the reception of Gonzalo Lira's death, um, the so-called Coach Red Pill. Actually, this is the name of the channel, not his name. Um, the reception of his death is totally pathetic, principally by the people of the so-called manosphere. You see that people consider more the his ideas and the wrong part or problematic part of his ideas than the person that died, and the death in itself. So this shows one more time the absolutely lack of existential awareness that we have, and the lack of wisdom principally of those gym bros or all the pill guys, black pill or red pill. Um, because actually to be truly a man and truly wise, it's not so hard. You have to study the philosophy and sacred texts, and you have to start applying these things, and you will see that it's complicated, and then you get humble, and then you will not talk shit about someone at least in the first 7 days after his death. And principally, you will not do this to call attention for your own channel, to express then your ideas. I think this is a huge mistake, because he is without doubt one of the great figures of this um, popular awakening regarding the very old issues that were already well expressed by the allegory of the cave by Plato. So he is in this so-called red pill awakening that is nothing more than questioning the world of appearance. In the substance, this is the core of the so-called red pill awakening. What is turned to be later, I don't care. I also don't have nothing to do with this, because this is what you see now. You see maybe the latest form of the so-called red pill community is someone who can't honor the dead, and principally the symbol of his death, because he has a symbolic death, and this is a very important thing. He died symbolically in a very similar way like Christ and Socrates. So he is really with the greats. If he did a mistake or not, this is a secondary thing. I think he did a mistake, but this is a very egoistic consideration. You assume that people live for themselves, but some people, they don't live for themselves. They really live for the world, and people who live only for themselves, they will not understand this. Um, for example, I do this video. I don't have any. I don't earn nothing doing this video. Maybe I will earn in the future, but I don't earn nothing. I do just by principle. So many people, they don't understand this dimension. Of course, I have pleasure doing this video. However, the substantial part is the value that I give, not the pleasure that I take. Do you understand the point? This is what weight more in the balance. And he went to Ukraine because of his children and his family. And he spoke his mouth and his opinions not only because of YouTube, but first because of his congruence of his own principles, and second, what is a consequence of this, he was being altruistic, in my opinion, and he was being altruistic not only regarding Russia, but principally regarding the Ukrainian folk. He was against the Ukrainian regime because he was in favor of the best for the Ukrainian folk. So he understood the issue going on at the political level and how this contradicts what was going on in the level of folk, of people, Russian people and Ukrainian people. So most of the videos considering his death or being, in my opinion, very disrespectful, or they are not considering his value as a person in a satisfactory manner and not expressing this value in a satisfactory manner. And he's the worst, because then we lose the ability to express a very unique event, and this is the event of a symbolic death. So the symbolic death, the symbolic element and the semantic element of his death must be expressed, and it has many dimensions to observe. Maybe people will get to this later and start understanding the importance of this event, and many some people will just regret what they talked about. I heard, for example, I don't respect him, I don't wish rest in peace, and things like this. I saw the Richard Cooper criticizing that he basically, let's say like this, that he was not a gym bro, do you understand, with 50 years old, that he was not in shape. What the fuck? The guy is a filmmaker, he's an intellectual. He's a public intellectual. He's a very Socratic man. This is what I most admired about him. Um, and he was a visceral man with a visceral opinion. So never date a woman below 25. So I also criticized in a comment as he did the video. But now we should consider higher things and the most important aspect, and we have also the duty with death itself, because the way that we relate to death express how we relate to life. If we don't honor the deaths, we actually are not grasping what is actually life about. So think about this.